Hey everybody, what's going on? Let's go ahead and swap this, put this at the right angle here. So, update on the truck here. I am getting ready to put the roll cage in it, so to speak. We're supposed to go in on Monday to have this done. And I started the truck up Monday to fire up, to go ahead and drop her off at the shop over at Dirty B. And I ended up with a knock in the engine, and it's not in the engine per se, let me phrase it. I ended up with a knock under the vehicle. We fire it up here. So there's an exhaust tick that you can hear. There's also yeah, if you can hear that, I don't know if you can in the video, I'll have to check it out later. That is what I believe to be the torque converter going out on me. I had the transmission rebuilt a couple years ago. About 3-4 years ago, I had it rebuilt, and apparently they decided to reuse the torque converter that was in there because obviously if it had been replaced, I wouldn't be getting 3 years of use out of it. It's only got 100,000 miles on it. It should have lasted a lot longer. I put some money into rebuilding it. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. So obviously the roll cage is going on hold for the time being. I'm going to go ahead and pull the inspection cover tomorrow and take a look at the flywheel and the flex plate, make sure that everything there is not damaged, and then see about disconnecting the flex plate and the flywheel from the torque converter so I can spin the transmission separate from the engine. It'll help me isolate that sound. It'll allow me to fire up the engine without having the tranny connected to see if the sound's coming from the engine or if it's coming from the transmission before I tear anything out. Good news out of this whole situation is if it is the transmission, I'm going to go ahead and throw this one away because there's no point in, or torque converter, there's no point in having the whole thing put back together. Rip it out and put a $500 torque converter in it. If I can go down to a junkyard and pull a manual transmission and clutch setup, I'd have a same year bracket truck for the same price. So I get to do my manual conversion if it ends up being the transmission. If it ends up being the engine, well, I get to do a rebuild, which ought to be fun. Hopefully it's just bottom end, sounds like, so if nothing else. Worst case is the spun bearing. Might have to have the crank polished, but should be pretty good to go. These engines are pretty damn tough. That's why I love this 318. So yeah, there's an update for anybody that's been wondering. I know nobody has, but hey, it's all for me anyways. So have a wonderful day, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy YouTube and watch some crazy shit, man. Hit like, hit dislike, make rude comments. Have fun with it. Later, everyone.